What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Grizz, and today we are going to be attempting to rebuild one of the worst teams in the NFL, the New England Patriots. Now, obviously, the New England Patriots have some bright spots on their team with people like Drake May or Ramondre Stevenson, who I think is still poised for a very decent career. Jalen Polk, who I think is probably going to be the wide receiver one by the end of the season here in New England. Their O-line's not terrible, but is aging pretty quick. And then defensively, they have quite a bit of players. Now, obviously, Matthew Judon's no longer on the squad. Same thing with Juju Smith-Schuster. I do fully plan on trading Matthew Judon. But the rest of the squad, the defense definitely has potential, but the Patriots have also been known for a defense. So we're going to trade Matthew Judon away. We're going to trade a couple other pieces, probably some wide receivers that we don't really need. And then we're going to just kind of go from there and see what we can do. So we're going to be sending Matthew Judon. So the first trade that we're going to be making is Matthew Judon and Calvin Anderson, sending them over to the Packers for Rashawn Gary and Quay Walker. Both of these guys are going to be instant plugins for the squad. Beast, I really like both of them. Obviously, Rashawn Gary has superstar dev trade, and then Quay Walker is a star, a lot younger, and Judon making a lot less money. So very pleased with that trade for sure. And that's going to kind of put nobody that I don't want on the bench, because Dietrich Wise is kind of old, so I'm not mad about that one bit. And move Josh over to middle linebacker 2, and I think the squad's kind of alright. How old's Duggar? Okay, so we don't really need to bench him yet, so I'm okay with that. The next thing they're going to be doing is sending Kendrick Bourne and Tyquan Thornton over to the Jets to pick up Alijah Vera-Tucker to be our young right guard, possible center replacement whenever David Andrews keeps aging. Not mad about that one bit. And I think the only other trade that I really want to do is get rid of Juju, because obviously there's no need to have a $10.6 million cap hit. And I'm willing to take almost, I don't think anyone's going to be interested in him. Actually, you know what? There is a team that could actually use him. I just don't know what I want to get out of them. So I just don't. Because we don't need a running back. We definitely don't need a left outside linebacker. Who do they have to be our? I don't think there's any way we get this. There was actually a shot at that, which is kind of crazy to me. I think what I really want would probably be Thule. Yeah, it didn't go through. None of these guys are really going to help us out. Free safety. You know what? If they just give me a third-round pick for Juju. Perfect. There we go. Third-round pick gives us some more draft capital, and I think we're ready. Let me go set the squad to make sure we get all our hidden guys in the mix, and we're ready. Alright guys, at the end of season number 1, we finished with a 7-10 record, which is the bottom of our division, but our division was very tough this year. As you can see, the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills, all three made the playoffs, so we never really had a shot. 24th best offense in the league, so terrible there. And then defensively, we were 17th, so middle of the pack there. Drake May, 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Not bad for a rookie. Rushing wise, 926 and 13 out of Stevenson. Kind of impressed with that. Receiving wise, Jalen Polk, 931 and 10. Hunter Henry, 851 and 7. 760 and 2 out of Douglas, and then 583 and 3 out of Javon Baker. Not terrible. And then defensively, Quay Walker with 122 tackles, and then Juwan Bentley with 117. Sack-wise, Rashawn Gary had 9, 4 out of Gottschall, 3 out of Barmore, 2.5 out of Quay Walker. Okay, not terrible. 4 interceptions out of Jonathan Jones, Christian Gonzalez with 2, and then Juwan Bentley with 1. So not a terrible first year. Obviously wasn't expecting to do anything crazy, but we at least put up some competition. Nobody for Offensive Player of the Year, nobody for Defensive Player of the Year, which is kind of weird. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Polk comes in at number 2, and then Drake May comes in at number 4, with Javon Baker coming in at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no Patriot there. I don't think we had anybody per se. So for the first year, not too mad. Let's get right into the offseason and see what we can do to improve. All right, guys, so looking here at the end of season number 1, Jalen Polk is up to a 79, star depth trait. Stevenson is an 83, Drake May is a 78. Hunter Henry does go up to superstar, which is cool, but he's aging, so I don't think he'll be our tight end 1 next season. Defensively now, Rashawn Gary keeps his superstar. Jonathan Jones does go up to superstar. I did not get him re-signed before the offseason, so now if we want to keep him for another year, because obviously he is a high overall, we're going to have to pay the man, so not cool there. But the big one that I want here is Ramondre Stevenson, only because he did put up some great stats for us, and he's not interested in signing. I think we could probably get somebody. Jonathan Jones, will you come back? He's going to test free agency as well, but hopefully we can get him. Cole Strange, obviously we're going to accept his player option. KJ will let him walk. Godshaw will let walk. Do we need to sign back Wilson? Probably not. Let Andrews walk. We can probably get somebody. Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, let's see what we can do in free agency. We have a ton of cap room, over 125 mil. So let's get right into it and see what we can do. All right, so in free agency so far, we've signed Owusu Koromoa, Chase Young, and Spencer Brown. All three are going to be huge plug-and-plays for our team, especially Owusu Koromoa and Chase Brown. Had to give him some pretty hefty contracts, but that's kind of expected. We still have 40 mil in cap room. Spencer Brown got quite a bag too, but it kind of is what it is. You pay for good O-linemen. We might draft someone and see if we can trade them. And then we also go out and stab Cam Akers since we're losing Ramondre Stevenson. And we also got David Andrews back. I signed him on a little measly $5 million one-year deal. So let's get right into the draft and see what else we can do to improve the squad. Alright guys, so the draft went pretty well. I forgot to record all of it. But in the first round, we drafted Shaquille Miller, a right tackle, 75 overall hidden depth trait. We also, in the second round, drafted Nick Rutland, 74 overall hidden depth trait tight end. 72 overall hidden depth trait Cam Wiley, and 70 overall Ed Traylor. Both these guys had hidden depth trait, so not a bad draft overall. Not too bad. Like I said, we're going to be looking at drafting a right tackle, and we did just that. So we need a CB3, so we're going to be sending Spencer Brown to save us some money over to the Bills for Kaiir Elam to be our CB3, and I think we're set for the season. I don't really want to make a ton of moves just yet because I know we are still trying to develop the squad, but so far I'm very happy with how the team's looking. Alright guys, we're going to be trading Hunter Henry to the Washington Commanders because we have that rookie tight end for their second round pick this year. So building that draft capital, that's the only other move I'm going to make. I like how the squad looks. Let's just go ahead and get right into the midseason. Alright guys, at the end of season number 2, we had yet again another disappointing season as we finished with a record of 5-12, which is obviously very terrible. I don't know who to blame. It might be our defense. It might be all of the out-of-position players. 6th best offense in the league, so definitely not that. And then defensively 19th, so we are middle of the pack. Drake May, I would like to see his touchdown total increase, but 4,200 yards, 23 touchdowns, 8 picks. Not a bad sophomore season. Cam Akers, 969 and 21 touchdowns. A very good season out of him. Receiving-wise, our rookie tight end, Nick Rutland, with 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. And then Jalen Polk with 968 3. Javon Baker with 804. And then Mario Douglas with 583 and 4. So not terrible there either. Defensively, Owusu Koromoa had a great year with 109 tackles, 6 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. Chase Young with 8 sacks. Rashawn Gary with 7. Barmore with 4. And then Owusu Koromoa and Tavai with 3.5 apiece. 3 picks for Owusu Koromoa as well. 2 for Tavai, Gonzalez, Duggar, and Kaiir Elam. And then Marcus Jones had 1. Okay, so not a terrible year stat-wise. Obviously, no one in MVP voting. Nick Rutland comes in as a rookie, number 10 in Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, we have Owusu Koromoa coming in at number 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nick Rutland, so he is guaranteed at least 1 depth trade upgrade. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, we didn't have anybody. Did our own lineman get up here? He did not. Yeah, I guess you typically don't see them up there, so I'm not mad about that. But with that being said, let's head into the off season. We got some money to work with, and hopefully, just hopefully, we can improve this defense enough to get into the top 10, and then we can just run. Ladies and gentlemen, our tight end that we drafted is a freaking X Factor. Now, I don't know if he got that X Factor or if he came with it. Let's check. I don't exactly... Progression history. Let's see. Super Bowl week. Okay, so he came with Superstar, and he went up to Superstar X Factor. What a steal of a draft pick. I think we got him out of the second or third round. Very pleased with that. Everybody else is developing quite nicely, so can't really complain there. Obviously, we're not bringing back David Andrews because he dropped down the normal depth trade, so the goal here is to replace him with a better center. Chase Young keeps a superstar, same thing with Rashawn Gary, and then Christian Gonzalez goes up to superstar. Stars all across the board. Aside from that, we did sign back Bentley, only for a one-year deal, but, I mean, if there's a better middle linebacker in free agency, nothing saying I won't trade him. But let's head into free agency, see what we can do, and go from there. So in free agency, we went out and got Leo Chenal, a superstar, so we will definitely be trading Mike Bentley. And that's the only real big move I'm going to make. Everybody else is pretty well set. Kind of happy with the team. We definitely need to draft a center, but aside from that, I think we're just going to let the team develop and see what happens from that. Alright guys, so I was just kind of drafting for value here. We got 2 left outside linebackers with hidden depth trait. Both probably aren't going to play right now, but definitely people that can fill in if we lose somebody. Picked up Zach Robinson to be our left tackle, hidden depth trait. And then we also drafted this Chester Samuel guy, 76 overall, hidden depth trait as well. So very pleased with all 4 of those draft picks. This draft kind of looked pretty stacked, in all honesty. I don't know if most of these guys are going to get much playing time, but they're definitely nice depth pieces if we do, lose the money to sign somebody later. Alright guys, so at the end of season number 3, we go 8-9, which unfortunately was just right outside of the playoffs, which hurts because this team, we're trying to do something, we just can't. Looking at it, we had the 5th best offense in the league, so definitely staying pretty consistent there. And the 23rd defense, so our defense is what's hurting us, and I feel like our defense is just better. Drake May had an insane year. 4,300 yards, 43 touchdowns, only 12 interceptions. Rushing-wise, Cam Akers eclipsed 1,000 yards, but only 6 touchdowns, so we definitely took a step back there. But other people have kind of came in for other touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Nick Rutland, 1,208. Jalen Polk, 986 and 12. 765 and 7 out of Javon Baker. And then 687 and 9 out of Demario Douglas. Defensively, Owusu Koromoa had a decent year. We didn't get to the quarterback as much as I was hoping we would, and aside from 2 guys picking off the quarterback, nobody else really did. Checking out the yearly awards here, Drake May comes in at number 3 for MVP, which is awesome to see. 3 Chiefs round, that's insane, but Drake May comes in at number 7 for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, there's no Patriot up there. Same thing with Offensive Rookie and Defensive Rookie. Oh wait, we had Chester Samuel come in number 3. I don't know when he would have gotten much playing time, but good for him, I guess. But that is the 3rd season. We have one last chance to prove that we have what it takes to make a Super Bowl. So we really need to focus on doing something with the defense, whether it's changing up the scheme or whatnot. And then, we just gotta kind of run with it. Alright, so we're making a massive trade here. We're picking up a superstar strong safety, an 86 overall left tackle. But the big one here is we're picking up Tyreek Hill, trading away a bunch of our picks. We're really wanting to go all in this season, or this last season, to hopefully, go all the way. So one way to do it is to get us a Pro Bowl, obviously future Hall of Famer wide receiver, and do just that. So kind of a give me there. Let's see if the CPU drafted anybody good. Not really, but kind of is what it is. So let's go ahead and adjust the lineup, see if we need to go out and try to snag anybody, and if not, see you guys at the playoffs. We're going to go ahead and trade for Saquon Barkley, because why not? Not part of our draft capital any, or not our draft capital, our cap hit any. And then we're going to trade the rest of our picks because I really want to get our first ever Super Bowl, because because we have yet to do that. So what else can we do here to make that happen? X Factor Byron Murphy, don't mind if I do. Let's set the lineup real quick and then hopefully we're in the Super Bowl. Let's check. Alright, so right now we're in 89 overall. We stay in 89 overall. But let's move to 5. I want a squad. Alright. Well, see you guys in the playoffs. I can't make this up. So at the end of season number 4, we go 8-9 with a 90 overall team. I don't understand it one bit. We finished with our offense. How did our offense take a step back with the upgrades that we made? And our defense finished basic. Oh my gosh, what in the world? Drake May just decided he didn't want to throw to his stars that I got him, and he didn't. He threw to Tyreek only. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. I really thought we were actually going to compete there, but I guess our team decided otherwise. If you guys did enjoy the video, I feel like we built quite the squad, but obviously not. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully with our next rebuild we can actually win the Super Bowl. But at this point, you never know.